Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down the first half of the OKC Thunder's victory over the Portland Trailblazers. The final score of this game was 122-95, I believe. And so I really just wanted to break down the first half of this game just because I felt the Thunder played it so well. If you guys want the full breakdown of this game, just feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to cover it. But I think for me, like me personally, like what I prefer, I think I prefer breaking down quarters or halves. But again, if you guys want the full breakdown, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so the Thunder are going to eventually end up winning the tip here. They get the ball to Wallace. He's going to bring the ball up to midcourt. The Thunder like running a lot of their sets with Hartenstein at the top of the key, just because the Thunder like to have Hartenstein just because he's so big. He's kind of a floor general. He can kind of see everything happen. But they're gonna get the ball back to Wallace. This is Shai right here. Shai's gonna set a screen for Dort to come to the wing here. Hartenstein is going to set a screen on Chet's man. And Chet is going to curl off of the screen and crash towards the basket. Hartenstein's going to roll off of that and also attack and roll back to the basket. So you see Hartenstein sets a screen up for Chet's man. Chet curls off of it. He flashes towards the elbow here. Because Hartenstein does a nice job of screening, he has the roll available here if Chet wants it. Just because of the separation that Hartenstein created off the screen, and eventually he gets to it for a nice layup. Okay, I really wanted to highlight this play just because I felt like this just can't happen, especially in like the playoffs. Like I understand it's early on in the regular season, but like I want this Thunder team to truly separate themselves for the rest of the league, which is kind of what they've already done. Based on their record, but like they can't be making mistakes, as I'm about to show you guys. So this is the end of a possession. The Trailblazers are able to get a nice open three here, but they miss it right. This is perfect boxing out from the Thunder here, kind of a man for man. Watch Dort though. So Dort is going to be the release player. He's releasing towards the opposite end of the court, just trying to get out in transition. Really good box sets from everybody else here though. So Hartenstein gets the rebound, right? He's trying to make a play here. He has a step. Dort has a step on the person he was guarding, right? But this is when you have to have common sense. You have to have really good awareness, of who your teammates are. Dort isn't a great finisher around the rim, especially out in transition. And so when Hartenstein gets this rebound, he just needs to outlet it to the correct player here. He has Wallace here who can bring the ball up, and he has Shai here who can bring the ball up. He doesn't need to force this pass, and he ends up doing it. And so now it's just a really bad matchup. Dort is essentially going against a 1-on-2 here because by the time he catches the ball, this defender, 91, for the Trailblazers is already going to be crashing towards the rim and trying to contest the shot. So it just doesn't make sense here. I get he's trying to make a play, but it just doesn't. This doesn't need to happen, and it's an unforced turnover, and it just looks really bad on the fundamentals. Okay, so throughout the first half, you see the Thunder running a lot of high screens for Shai or for any of the guards out. To start the play, and so you see they're definitely picking on 23 for the Trailblazers here just because he wants to sit back. He doesn't want to pick up, as for a lot of centers in the league, and so the Thunder are just able to exploit this mismatch here. Again, you have Shai attacking downhill. 23 is not able to guard Shai. Like if he wants the pull-up three right here, he can have it. But Shai does a really nice job of getting to his favorite move here, just giving him a nice little chicken wing. That's the terminology a lot of people use when you give him that little shoulder check. Shai just ends up blowing the wide open layup, but I really like to say here from the Thunder again, just isolating this player here. Oh god, that highlighter. Okay, so for this next play from the Thunder, Dort is trying to attack the rim. Sees that there's a lot of bodies inside the paint, so he kicks it out to AJ Mitchell, which is the right decision here. Again, Dort isn't known for his finishing around the rim, so I really like him attacking downhill and kicking it out to potential shooters. Mitchell is kind of overcrowded, or the Thunder, are just kind of overcrowded on this side of the court. And so Shai recognizes it, and he's trying to get Isaiah Joe right here as the release player, and just so he's kind of not trapped in this little area right here. And so I really like this. He gets the ball back up to J. Will at the top of the key. And this is just really good recognition from AJ Mitchell here. He's going to fake the handoff. He sees that Love is chasing him off the handoff. And so he is just going to slip inside. J. Will recognizes this. And Jeremy Grant for the Trailblazers here, he's too preoccupied with Shai out here. And he's a second late on the help. And it leads to a nice layup for AJ Mitchell. Okay, so the Thunder are able to get out to a nice little 22-point lead here with 9 minutes left in the second. They're probably about to run my favorite inbound set that they've ran all season, if I'm going to be completely honest. So they get Hartenstein the ball, right? So Hartenstein's up here, Jenks here. Let me clean that up, sorry guys. Caruso, Mitchell, right? So Caruso is going to flash up, get the ball, top of the key. Mitchell is going to set a back screen on Wallace's man. Wallace is going to come off that screen and see Hartenstein's going to watch to see if Wallace has a step on his man and see if this is open right here at the rim. However, if it's not, again, Caruso's going to get the ball here, and then Hartenstein is going to set a twist action with Mitchell. And so Mitchell is going to come off of that screen right here. Again, they're going to run their twist. And yeah, just watch this play unfold. So you see Caruso gets the ball. Here comes the back screen for Mitchell. And then here comes the twist from Hartenstein. Again, a twist is whenever the first screen is set with not a whole lot of contact. But then you're going to flip the screen again, and you're going to get more contact here. Hartenstein does a nice job on the action. He's going to roll off of it. So if, I can't tell, is that 15 for the Trailblazers? Or 16, excuse me. So if 16 decides to cut off this driving lane, he has the dump off to Hartenstein. But I really like what Mitchell does here. He's going to get his man in jail. I don't call it in jail. I've always called it just shielding your defender. But a lot of people call it putting your defender in jail. It's just whenever you come off of a screen and you keep them on your back hip right here. So I really like this from Mitchell here, and he's able to get to a nice little floater. Okay, so the Trailblazers are showing a 3-2 defense, which is a 3-2 defense. It's a zone defense, and it's just when you have 3 defenders up top guarding their zone, and you have 2 defenders. Don't get it confused for man. I know it may look like a man defense, but again, these top 3 players are all responsible for their zones, and then these 2 players are responsible for the corner, these corners, right, or anything that comes inside. So again, the best way to beat a 3-2 zone defense is to get the ball inside, preferably at the free throw line, which is what they're trying to do. So the Thunder do a nice job of spreading the defense out here, getting the ball to Chet here at the top of the free throw line. It forces all of these defenders to collapse inside just because they're so worried of getting any penetration. Yeah. And so now you have all your shooters spotting up. You have Dort here if you want it. Mitchell is flaring to this corner because this big is probably going to have to cut off Chet here. But Chet does a nice job of getting the pump fake out. He notices that this back defender is trying to strip the ball here. So it's going to leave Shai wide open for a 3. And so, yeah, just really good penetration from Chet here, and just really good kick out. Okay, so for this next play, Shai's going to bring the ball up to midcourt in transition. I really like what he does here. Again, he's not going to force anything. He knows that the Trailblazers have their numbers advantage, and so he's just going to reassess the situation, bring the ball back out, and just reset the play. But he's going to reject this screen for Mitchell. He's just going to stay out, and Shai's just going to get to his isolation package. And so he's going to get to his favorite spot. He's going to stop. Again, what we see Shai do so well and at a very high level is he's going to use the defender's momentum against them. So you see Shai's defender is anticipating that he's penetrating, trying to go for a layup, but as soon as Shai gets his momentum off this foot, he's going to get to his one dribble step back, and it's a wrap from there. Okay, so again, the Trailblazers are showing their 3-2 zone defense. Really like what the Thunder are trying to do here and trying to get Shai out on the edge and essentially have Hartenstein screen in 2 guys. Just because, again, each player is responsible for their own zone. And so if you screen this wing defender here, it's just going to open up this entire area of the court here. And so watch Chet here. He's going to creep out into the dunker spot. And as soon as he sees Shai penetrating the defense here, he's just going to crash to the rim. And so Shai does a nice job of looking up here. As soon as he 23 tries to protect the rim here, he knows he has Chet here in the dunker spot for a nice 2 points. Okay, I wanted to highlight the Thunder defense here because I thought their rotations on this play from the Trailblazers is just phenomenal. So you're going to get 33 setting a screen onto Wallace, and he's actually going to slip out of the screen and try and get the ball inside the paint. But again, the Thunder do a nice job of just communicating with one another, and Shai already knows that he's going to pick up Wallace's primary offensive player here. And so they switch the screen. Wallace does a nice job of helping, and I just love what Caruso does here. So Caruso is anticipating the help from Wallace here, and so he knows that his defender is going to be out free inside the paint, but Caruso also has this obligation to Jeremy Grant in the corner, and so he's just going to play in between both of them. Again, you have Hartenstein also inside here, just in case this pass gets inside, which forces Grant to flash up because Caruso's inside helping. Caruso gets a nice closeout here, phenomenal closeout, and then again, Thunder do a nice job of communicating. Wallace is going to come back to his man here, and now you have man-to-man defense. Watch what Wallace does here. As soon as Jeremy Grant turns to the side, just phenomenal defense. He's already anticipating the next pass, and he's just ready to steal this ball away. Now, if you guys watch this game, you guys would know why I cut this play off right after. It's because Wallace, I'll show you. Wallace gets a nice steal, right? And it's a 3-on-1 advantage for the Thunder. But he ends up blowing the dunk here. I didn't want to show it just because obviously I didn't want to show you guys Wallace missing a wide open dunk. I just thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, I really wanted to highlight this play just because I thought the defense was just phenomenal on this set. But yeah, that'll wrap up the video. Again, the Thunder were able to handle business here at home. They play the Minnesota Timberwolves here next on Wednesday, so I'm really excited to get that game out to you guys. I'm ready to break down that game, after it's over. I really hope we get J-Dub back here soon. I know it's not that like we need him immediately back at this point in the season, but I want him to gain a ton of just in-game reps and just get him ready for the playoffs when that time comes. But yeah, again, really proud of this team. They were able to just take care of teams, but it seems like in the first 3 quarters of the game. I believe Shai sat out again. But yeah, if you guys like this sort of content, just make sure to leave a like, subscribe, also leave some comments for me. But yeah, that'll wrap up the video. Thank you guys.